Hi. Okay. Uh, this is my Easter sermon. You get to hear the birds and the bees. Okay. And then if we'll try to do the last class. Okay. Okay. All right then. So a good ACI teacher should have all four legs at the table. Okay. Number one is know your stuff, know your content. Number two is know how to teach, know how to present to a group. Okay. Number three, good behavior, professional behavior. Number four, how to organize an event, how to pay for it, how to pay your taxes, etc. Professional behavior, to me, 80% is money and sex. Okay? And I'd like to talk about the second one today. And I'm basing this on a DCI lecture I gave. It's called The Garden of Hormones. And there's images that go along with this, but I think we'll just keep going. Then as a teacher, a big part of professional behavior is how you act around the opposite sex. How do men act towards women? How do women act towards men? And it's kind of amazing in the monastery, they don't really give them this lecture. And lots of young men come to Western countries, and I brought, I think, 8 myself. I did the green cards. And 6 of them gave up their vows. And I stopped doing it. So it's an important thing to talk about. I think if you're going to be a teacher, we should talk about it openly and honestly. And don't be too shy, okay? And so there is, I did send you some, no? Didn't I send you? Hang on, I gotta send something to Tim. I did send it to you, but okay, I think so. Okay, it's ready almost. And in America, parents are supposed to tell their kids about this stuff. When the kids are young, the parents tell them there's a special bird that brings babies. And so kids don't know anything about sex. And then when the kid gets about, 13, 14, the parents are supposed to give them this lecture, about birth control and things like that, okay? And HIV and things like that, okay? So here's how I like to teach it. Tim, now you have the images, I think, and I'm going to go in order. You got the first one? Okay. What's interesting is that flowers and trees also have sex. And in the history of the West, when they were studying about trees, how trees have sex, it was monks, Christian monks in Europe, who in the Middle Ages who were discovering about how trees have babies and flowers, and they made a strange decision not to use English. They use Latin words, and they call plants and trees by Latin names, and all the sex organs of the flower are called by Latin names because they were embarrassed. They didn't want anyone to know what they're talking about. But flowers have penis, flowers have vagina, trees have sperm, okay? Flowers have eggs, ova. Like in the word for apple tree is Malus pumila. And so they gave everything Latin names, I think because they were a little embarrassed about it. Okay. Then, as you know, this picture is, where's that picture? I can't see it. Is it a robin and a... Okay, the robin, the male, I think, has the bright color, red color, and the female has a kind of gray color, okay? And this color of the birds, difference in color, is mainly for reproduction, okay? The boys are trying to look sexy to the girls, okay? And because continuing the robin bird lineage is the most important function of the body, you know. So all animals and all plants, they want to make more of the same kind. They don't want their line to stop. They want to keep having babies. And this is the main purpose of a plant. This is the main thing they do, you know. Everything is connected to trying to keep themselves going as a species, okay? Apple trees gotta have sex. It's not an option, you know, and it's the main thing they do, okay? And many years ago, they decided to use Latin words in the West. I don't know about China, but so, and this urge in a living being is as strong as a nuclear bomb, okay? Every living thing, trees, plants, birds, fish, humans, the main subject of the body is to produce more of the same thing. So it's a deep, deep power. And it makes you amor es ciego. What's it mean? Love is blind. This is from Don Quixote. First page. I studied Don Quixote, but I only finished the first page. And it's 1,000 pages, I think. And therefore love is blind because hormones are blind. Okay? We will do anything to have another human. And trees will do anything to have another tree, and flowers will do anything to have another tree. It's a very, very strong power, and we all have it, okay? So don't think I'm talking about somebody else. I'm talking about you. We all have it. All ACI teachers have it, okay? And also ACI students have it, okay? And it makes you foolish, okay? I'm the guy who took my ship, crashed it into the reef. I'm trying to tell you where the reef is. You have the second ship. Then I'm the best helper for you because I crashed my ship already, okay? So I can tell you, very, very powerful, most powerful emotion in a human being. And people don't know. And nobody warns them. You know, you have nuclear weapon down between your legs. Nobody warned us. You know, my parents didn't say that. I just discovered it, okay? So the main purpose of life is to create more life. And that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Without that nuclear force, we won't be here, okay? Our parents won't have made us, okay? Then it's interesting to study how the parts of a flower. You have that next one? Yeah, this is called pistil and stamen, okay? Pistil is the female part of the flower. And the stamen is the male part of the flower. So the pistil has the eggs, and the stamen has the sperm, okay? Which we call pollen in the anther, okay? And actually, it's possible for a flower to have sex with itself. The male part can make eggs, which is pollen, and it can drop it into the female part, which is the anther, pistil. And it will have another flower. And that's the main goal of a flower, is to put the semen into the lady, okay? Humans also, okay? And that's why, okay, you ready? Don't look so embarrassed. I'm doing what your mom and dad should have done. That's why flowers are beautiful colors, okay? They're not for beauty. They're for reproduction, okay? Why? It's true, a flower can drop semen into the female part of the flower, but that will be like a man marrying his sister, and the blood gets weaker. The bloodline gets weaker. The genes get weaker. So it's better if the sperm from one flower goes to the vagina of the other flower. It's better. Now you know why flowers are so beautiful? Why? They're trying to attract a bee. Next photo. Okay? And bees have these combs on their legs. And when they walk through the flower, they just want the nectar, okay? There's a tasty juice in the flower, similar to the perfume that ladies wear, okay? And the bee just wants the juice. But by accident, he will get sperm on his pollen on his legs, okay? And that's all a big plan by God, or I don't know who. Okay, so they just came to have a margarita, and when they left the flower, their leg is covered with somebody else's sperm, okay? Then they fly to the other flower, and the pollen drops off, okay? And that's why flowers are beautiful. That's the only reason, okay? Buddha didn't make flowers for you. He made it to have babies, okay? So the flower is trying to attract the bee to get the stuff on his legs so he can spread it to another flower and make the line stronger. Crossbreeding, we call crossbreeding. So it will be stronger. I have in my yard mulberry tree, what do you call it? It came from China. It's the tree that silkworms eat, so it's very famous. And there's male trees and female trees. I believe the female tree has been banned in Phoenix. It's illegal to sell a female mulberry tree because they make a mess with the berries, okay? And that's another story, okay? Then the flower gets, what do you call it? Pregnant? Okay? And you can use the same words. It's just monks who changed it. 500 years ago, they didn't want to use the straight language. But the flower gets pregnant, and then it grows into a fruit. Okay? The petals drop off. We don't need the color anymore. We already got pregnant. It's like when your wife stops wearing miniskirts after she's 6 months pregnant, because the miniskirt already worked, okay? And she got pregnant. Now she doesn't need the flower anymore, okay? And then the fruit will grow. And what's amazing is inside the fruit, next photo, is a watermelon? Is it a watermelon? Yeah, there's 1,000 new seeds in one pregnant lady. So better, it's not twins or triplets. It's 1,000 babies in there, okay? And each one has power to make 1,000 babies, you see? So it's very powerful. And the flower will drop off. Even with a rose, you'll get rose hips, and they will produce seeds, and those will become the next generation of rose, okay? And it's interesting, when you grow roses, if you want them to be healthy, as soon as they get old, you cut them off. Because the plant will put all its energy into making new seeds, trying to get new pregnant, okay? If you cut the rose off, the old one, the plant's like, oh no, my baby abortion. I need another flower. And then the plant will make another flower to try to bring another bee. And this desire to repeat the species, to keep the species going, is the strongest instinct in plants, okay? And the fruit, any kind of fruit, like watermelon fruit, the watermelon that you eat, this is milk for the baby. Okay? This is the same as milk for the baby. It's supposed to, if you want to have fun, grow some watermelons and don't pick them. And they will spoil. And then those seeds will sit in the old milk. And they will grow very strong. And you will have 100 more watermelons next year. Okay? It's very interesting. Fruits are, the purpose of fruit is to feed the baby. Okay? You are stealing baby's food when you eat watermelon. Shikwa. Okay? Then the next sentence in the essay says, why are we talking about plant, flower, sex in the middle of ACI teacher training? I'm getting there. Okay. Next picture. It's supposed to be a beautiful lady. I don't know. There we go. Ladies do the same thing as flowers. Okay. And this picture has both. Okay. So at a young age, women are taught by their culture. Oh, you must buy makeup. You must be beautiful. You must wear attractive clothes. And that's been going on for 50,000 years. You see, everybody forgot why. You don't think about it. But your family, your country, your history, your culture tells you, dress fancy, put on makeup, look like a flower. Why? Yeah, we need a bee. Okay? And that's been thousands of years. And it's all hormones. Okay? It's not fashion. It's not beauty. It's we need a bee. Okay? To be honest, I enjoy fashion, as you guys know. I really like it. But to be honest, the original reason for fancy clothes, makeup, boys also, because the bright colored birds are the boys, okay, is to attract a girl also. And you don't even know your culture designed it that way. We forgot, okay? You don't even know what's going on. You just do it, okay? Oh, the TV says I need this kind of lipstick. I will buy Lancome, And the whole history of your culture for 50,000 years is brainwashing you, Young women, if they don't wear makeup, if they don't wear nice clothes, they are bad people. They are not nice people, They are lazy or... Veronica told me her mom wouldn't let them go out of the house without lipstick. She had 4 sisters total. Still, the mother's 94. We still visit her. And she's laying on the bed. She'll say, Veronica, did you put on your lipstick? Okay, don't tell Veronica I said. Okay. And the whole purpose of all that is, it's not mainly for beauty, and it's not mainly for fashion. It's to attract bees, okay? Why? We need more people, okay? If everyone stops having babies, we will stop. Human race will stop. So it's a very, very powerful energy in every human being. I have to make a baby. I must make a baby, okay? So there's a difference between men and women, okay? The bee and the flower. The flower peaks out around 35 years old. First has menstruation around 15, 16, okay? Or whatever. And so when you start menstruating, the flowers start, you get this desire to have a bee. But as you get closer to 35, you reach the end of your perfect baby making years. It gets desperate, okay? And women, they were waiting for a really handsome boyfriend, but they will decide, nah, any boyfriend's okay. I gotta have somebody. I'm 35. Most women should have a baby before 40. And this, what do you call it? Desire to have sex so you can keep more people. It goes like this in a woman, okay, at 35. Then a lot of ladies at 35, they act crazy. They marry somebody they shouldn't marry. They divorce at 40, okay? But they just want to be. And they don't understand the urge. They don't understand what's going on. They just want one, And they don't understand what's happening. Now, unfortunately, I looked it up. A sperm of a man is active until the record is 96. Okay? So a man has the same strong desire from 16 to 96. Okay? The woman peaks out and the man is okay? So all men want to have sex. They're watching pornography on the internet. They have to. It's their bee thing. It's not good, by the way. If you can stop it, it's good. It's like trying to stop bees. And it's very powerful. It's a very, very powerful urge. I must have a baby. And men will make babies up till, the record is 96. After 40, if a man makes a baby, the chances of birth defect are higher. The sperm starts to, the gene ribbons start to break. You start to have problems with the genetic material. So the men who are most horny is 25, 30, okay? Goes up to 30 something, okay? They want to have sex. And they run the whole sex trade in the world. It's not the mafia that makes prostitutes. It's not the internet companies who make pornography. It's men who want it. I think 12% of all men in the world, 3.5 billion people, look at pornography once a month, at least once a month. Okay? A big percent of all boys in the world, whole world, go on the internet, at least once a month or twice a month, okay? One website, the best one. I'll tell you the address later. Okay, just kidding. Why are we talking about all this? You are gonna be an ACI teacher, okay? And when you get up to teach, there's gonna be a lot of bees and flowers in the audience. And when you put an available bee or flower on the stage, all the women respond, all the men respond. Like, if you put a woman on the stage, half the men will fall in love with her. Okay, the good news is, doesn't matter what you look like. Okay? It just, if you're on the stage, they fall in love with the stage, not you. Okay? I told you this story. Sometimes I sign 1,000 books in one night. And a beautiful woman come down, sit next to me, and I sign her book. we take photo like this. I try not to sit too close in case Veronica sees the photo. And then I want to say hi, and she's already walking away. So try to be aware they are not in love with you. They're in love with the stage, okay? If someone else got up and taught the same class, the same girl would fall in love with that boy. It doesn't matter who gets on the stage. They just need a B. And they don't even know it. You see, there's an urge inside of them that wants a B. And they don't even understand it themselves. They have the desire, but they don't know where it came from. And they don't think about it. They just think, oh, these ACI teachers, they make them all handsome. Wow, I wonder if he has a girlfriend, So the purpose of today's talk is get used to it and expect it, okay? It's a powerful human force. You are not handsome. You are not especially beautiful. They're just having hormones, okay? And don't fall for it, okay? Don't fall for it. Oh, she's in love with me. Oh, Vajrayogini came to bring me hormones. Countless people have made this mistake, okay? And many ACI teachers have failed. And we had to fire them, okay? Because they date all the girls in the class. They have sex with all the girls in the class. And it's not just boys. I mean, women can do the same thing. It happened in ACI classes that many women dated all the boys in the class. So understand about flowers and bees, okay? And when you get up on the stage and someone falls in love with you, there's what's his name? The ladies in the rock and roll concerts, they throw their underwear on the stage like that. It's just bees, okay? They don't care about you. It's their hormones, okay? So I'm sorry, it's not very romantic. Of course, some people fall in love, that's okay. And I did, and Scott and Reed did, for example, and Peter and Masha did. So there seems to be a difference between mature love and love for the right reasons and just hormones, okay? So I have to, at the end of my talk now, I have to tell you the difference, okay? And here are some issues you can think about, okay? Number one, because of your hormones, if two people ask you a question, and you're a man, and one is a beautiful young lady, and one is an old lady, you will take the question from the young lady first, okay? This is unconscious hormone behavior, okay? So you have to be careful. An ACI teacher has to treat all the students equally, okay? Doesn't matter if their hormones are young or hormones are old, or they're an available flower or they're an unavailable flower. Treat everybody equally. If you find that you are answering, you are calling, during the question and answer, you are calling on the young ladies first, you have a hormone problem, okay? And when you have a hormone problem, it's good to have another teacher with you, okay? It's very good to teach in pairs, okay? And then your friend can give you a reality check, Are you aware you just called on 3 pretty girls in a row? I don't know. Well, you did, and don't do that, okay? So it's good to have another person to teach with you, maybe opposite sex, and have a reality check, okay? Treat people equally. Tell your friend, if I don't treat people equally, let me know. Okay, tell me I'm being, hormones are running me, okay? All right. Discourage inappropriate contact, okay? And this depends on every country. Every country has different rules about who you can touch, when you can touch. In America, I don't know, vice presidents can kiss ladies' hair or not. Okay, there's rules in each country. When I was in Mexico, I kissed a lady on one cheek and she got angry at me. She said, Look, are you French? We're Mexican. We kiss on both cheeks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. You know, we go. We don't go. Means I don't like you. Veronica. No, I'm not gonna tell you about it. Okay. I'm not gonna get in trouble. Then it might happen that someone asks you, "Oh, I need follow-up." You know. Can I have your email address or your WeChat? And I might need to ask you deeper question. And if you think it's pure, then go ahead. It's okay. You can share your email or your WeChat. But if you think it's not pure, my suggestion, tell them, if I'm teaching with John, I'll say, you know, John's an expert in that topic. You know, you talk to John or you talk to Connie, okay? So I'm giving you a real strategy, a real suggestion, okay? Somebody says, you know, can I have your email? And you think maybe they just want your pollen, okay? Then say, you know, I'm not very good at that, but my friend is really good at that. If they never contact a friend, it means they were having a hormone attack. Okay, got it? Okay. So what do I do if I meet someone at a DCI or ACI event and I really do like them? Like Scott met Orit, Peter met Masha, I think, I don't know. John met Connie in a retreat. You know, are we allowed to date other people? Is it possible we have a good relationship? Yeah. But my suggestion is talk to your partner teacher and say, I'm attracted to this person. I don't have a wife. I'm thinking it might be nice to date them. And do reality check with them, okay? If you think you have to check 12 wives in 1 year, probably it's your hormones, okay? No, and we don't know, we don't understand. The hormone talks to us and we listen, okay? We cannot change, okay? And I'm being honest, okay? And this caused a lot of trouble, okay? Also remember, if you say, I want to, okay, I go to Peter and say, I'm attracted to this girl, I'm not married, I would like to ask her out. What do you think as another ACI teacher, as my partner teacher? Then you should say, that's fine, Geshe, but meet their mother first. Meet their mother first. Meet the girl's mother first, because that's what she's going to look like later. No question. Always. Don't be stupid, okay? They're not going to look like a flower for 50 years, okay? So, you know, be honest with yourself. Meet the mom, and if you still think that's a spiritual partner, I found my soulmate, then marry them, okay? Then be with them. But be honest to yourself, okay? Many marriages fail because the man lost his hair or the woman got wrinkles, okay? And then they don't look like Vajrayogini anymore. And then they got divorced, okay? So, you know, be honest in your heart. Marriage is a lifetime commitment. If you choose to try to find your spouse at an ACI event as a teacher, then be honest about it, okay? In American wedding, they say to love and to cherish through sickness, old age, till death do us part, okay? Even if you get ugly, even if you get old, even if I have to wheel you around the hospital, I want to be married to you, okay? All right? Okay. If ACI hears from students, and we're going to have a secret channel to the ACI management, any one of your students can complain about you secretly to the home office, okay? We're going to have a whistleblower channel. In English, whistleblower means 4 or 5 women in the group find out the teacher's doing bad things, but there's no one to talk to. So we will have a special email. You don't have to tell us your name. And you can say, I think the teacher has 6 girlfriends and he has a hormone problem, okay? Sometimes a student will write to the whistleblower channel because they don't like you, not because you're doing anything. So the Home Office is not stupid. I mean, we're kind of stupid, but we will check it out. We will check it out, okay? We won't fire you as soon as we get a letter. If we get 10 letters, I mean, the first letter we will check. We will check, okay? All right. As a teacher, you have to respect other people's relationships, okay? Especially married people, people already in a committed relationship. Super careful, okay? What's the general rule? Yeah, pretend their wife or husband is there. So would you flirt with them if your partner was there? Would you flirt with them if their partner was there? Okay, so that's a good rule. Okay. Respecting physical boundaries. Every country has different boundaries. You know, some countries you can hug people. Like Mexico, I guess. You know, it's natural. When you meet someone, you hug them. I believe in Asia, it's more, don't touch me, you know. The border is more far. Each country has their own custom. ACI teachers teach in many countries. Therefore, you should learn the customs where you're teaching, okay? Ask your friends who are organizing the event, is this a hug country or a high five country? Okay. I found after 50 years of teaching, high five is very safe. You know, some lady goes like that, I go. You know, okay. So high five is very, very safe. Everywhere you go, Chichang. Chichang, yeah. Give me 5. And people like it. It's like American basketball thing. And Chinese like American basketball. Next picture, I think. So this guy is shaking, it's a Western guy shaking an Asian woman's hand. It may not be appropriate. It may be too far. Maybe you went across a boundary in that country. You have to learn the rules. You have to learn the rules, okay? Geshe, does that mean we should never act warmly to our students? No, you must act warmly to your students, but find out what's the rules in that country. Find out what's the boundaries, okay? You should be warm, you should be loving. You know, I know Scott likes to put his arm around people like a partner. In America, that's very common. And it means you did a good job. You pat somebody here, it means you did a good job. But make sure it's okay in that country before you do it, okay? Otherwise, you're going to hurt people. Next is legal issues, okay? Legal problems. So I have friends, 30 years ago they started a yoga center. It was the biggest in America. And they worked for 30 years to build the yoga center. Hard work. And then one of the teachers had sex with one of the students. Actually, it was a woman and a woman. And the woman sued the yoga studio, okay, in America especially. I don't know in China what's the custom, but you can have a lawsuit. And they won the lawsuit, and they had to close. They had sold the studio, okay? They couldn't stay. 30 years of hard work destroyed in one day by one of the teachers, okay? So don't do that to ACI. Tim will have a heart attack. He'll have to find another job, okay? And he loves this job, and we love you in the job. So don't forget, when you do this kind of behavior, you are risking legal problems, okay? You're risking lawsuit, and it's possible ACI will get sued, okay? It's very possible. One person who cannot control their bee pollen can destroy ACI. You can destroy ACI. Even if the police don't get you, the internet will get you, okay? So when you have a big attraction to somebody, try to remember this, okay? Try to remember that you're hurting all the other ACI teachers. So many people for 25 years work so hard, so much translation, building Diamond Mountain, incredible hard work. One bee with heavy hormones can destroy it, okay? If it gets on the internet. Nowadays it's so easy to get on the internet, okay? All right. That's all I have.